What's going on? It's Justeeni here. This is probably the most understood tribe in the game, Kickoo. A lot of people seem to think that this tribe is a lot more one-dimensional than it really is. It's just good on water and bad otherwise. And a lot of people think that Kickoo isn't very good on continents because they're kind of a one-trick pony, but that's just not true at all. Kickoo is one of, if not the best tribes for continents because of their versatility. Believe it or not, and I'm going to show what I mean. So, I think the main thing people forget about Kickoo is they are a turn 0 tribe. They have really good economy, and you're going to see that with really all these games that I'm going to show off. So this first one's against Quetzali, and Quetzali's not the strongest tribe on Conti, but we are going to see, first off, density on Conti. Why are there no suburbs on Conti? This is so sad. This is why, like, if you guys are wondering why I always play like this is why. But anyway, with all that aside, so the opponent's already got vision on me, stealing my lighthouse. I'm trying to expand a bit on the water, which seems like just typical Kickoo stuff, but trust me, this is not going to go the way that you expect. I'm getting this village even, it seems, again, just doing very, very normal Kickoo things, but now this is where it changes. Forestry. Forestry is very, very important here. I could go into sailing instead, or get into the defenders and, focus more on water. But this is the thing with Kickoo that people forget. This tribe has a really good economy. If you look at their resource rates, they have a lowered mountain rate, which means there's more room for all their other resources to spawn. Kickoo has more forests, they have more farms. They have less mountains, obviously, but who's going into climbing? So, yeah. It's as if they just have a better resource pool than other tribes. And as a result, you can see all these forests, and I can just go into math, be all meta in that sense. And that's what I'm gonna do. Upgrade my cities, play the eco game. I do get sailing as well because I do want to potentially get Eye of God. That's another thing that Kickoo can just do, if you're looking to pursue naval, but they are in the water as well. And this is the thing. They're in the water, they're committing really hard to naval. So, now what? I can't really go into the water, so, plan B. You don't just sit there and lose if you don't get water with Kickoo. You have other options. So, I get my lighthouse, which I want. I was thinking about city wall, but I see they would have to get a rammer, and if they did have the rammer, it goes through the wall anyway, I'm pretty sure. So, no wall for me. If they take my city, then they take it. Go for the border growth on capital, setting up my giant next turn. They're just trying to keep me off the water, which makes a lot of sense. But I've already got a very nice foundation here. Getting my first giant, and this first giant is going to be huge. Because the opponent does not have a giant at all. Chop some more, keep accelerating. They take out my warrior, but that doesn't matter much. They're not following it up with anything. It is a free unit though. Now pop ruin, which I didn't necessarily need pop here, but I'm not going to complain. Border growth, that's going to allow me to get another giant, and it also cuts off their port access as a nice bonus. So now I just have 2 giants in the water, and how many giants do they have in the water? None. How are their cities doing? Terribly. They've popped a few explorers. Or no, this is got a sneaky little workshop. But they've popped some explorers, they don't have a lot of economy, their cities are very low level compared to mine. I still have this level 1 city, but we don't talk about that. I've got 2 level 5 cities. Come on, I can have a level 1 city. Now I'm getting this lighthouse. I'm very close to Eye of God. I really wanted that scout to actually get me Eye of God earlier. That's why I did the whole sailing thing. If I had known they were in the water, I would have just gotten math earlier. But hey, it all works out anyway. Get another giant using a port, not sawmill. Yes, the sawmill's cheaper, but I do want the extra port. I think it's worth spending the 2 stars on here. And I will need it anyway. So now I'm just being really aggressive. I've got 3 giants to their 0. My eco is just so much more, and that's the thing. Kickoo has economy. Good economy, in fact. Their land game isn't the greatest, but on something like Conti, the main 2 factors are water game and economy. Kickoo excels in both. I'm just completely taken over. I'm camping the port. If they walk in, I get a nice hit. Now I'm getting the sawmills going. Setting up another port with a giant. They just give up at this point. I've got 4 giants to their 1. There's no way they can hold on. I'm getting Eye of God for another giant soon. And that's just it. And I've got more games, so I'll go ahead and cut to that. Alright, here's another. And this is that classic terrible spawn. And this is in the mirror match. And this is again going to demonstrate people don't understand this tribe. And I'm going to show you how this tribe works. So, hunting. We have a lot of animals, of course we want hunting anyway. And we're going to go economy. I'm not in a hurry to get in the water. Like, I might get a port to explore a little bit, but don't really need much more than that. I'm content to just work with what I have, grab forestry. I can pop and explore thanks to the fact that I already have fishing, so there's basically no risk in that. Another nice benefit of Kickoo, fishing is a very good starting tech on continents. Get some vision on them. They've already got a port, so I can't really beat them in the water, so I'm gonna beat them in a different way. They've got this low-level city, so let's play the eco game once again. Now math, and I'm just gonna greed for my giant. I can get it set up on turn 8. They're in the water. They've got sailing. They've got all that. They're going. Connecting ports, so that's likely their capital. And boom, turn 8 giant. Using math. And can get my Park of Fortune going. All that. Now, I actually misplay here. I Park of Fortune here. My intention was I wanted to border growth and steal, you know, all these tiles, get some water access, and deny water access on the city. However, I don't actually need to do this at all, because I assume that, oh, they're just getting the city. No, you'll realize later why this was a misplay. Park of Fortune instead should go on this city, likely on this tile, or this tile, because I want my port here. Yeah, and it would actually be really good there, because there's a good play for border growth, and then sawmill this tile to get a giant that way, which would have been really nice this game. But in any case, despite that, I still have a very nice position. Go for an Explorer, because it will funnel straight towards that northern lighthouse, getting me another one of those. And all I need is one more lighthouse for I've got again. Kickoo just very good at that. They only need sailing to get 1 lighthouse, and otherwise they consistently get it. They also, if we go back, they harvested starfish, so they're really, really committing to the water, but their eco is suffering as a result. Now I go for the catapult, and this is why the Spark of Fortune was bad, is because yes, I can border growth, but I just catapult. They're not getting this city ever. And I've got this catapult here to try to deny warriors from going here, so they'd have to train warriors in the back, which is awkward. Just trying to control a lot of space here. Be really obnoxious. They go for a bomber, though. Huge commitment. And it covers up their port spot, and then they make another one. I just shoot the ship there, shoot that warrior there. And yeah, it would have been really nice if I just could port and then Park of Fortune here to border growth and get some space, because then sawmill fish would be a giant, but unfortunate. Not how it works. However, they don't have a giant at all. And again, because they decide to be really late to the party economically. Only now they're getting a border growth, they're doing all that, but now I'm counterattacking on the water. This bomber is completely unsupported. I overwhelm it, catapult, plus juggernaut, plus scout pressure at the same time. This catapult stays here and hits anything, or the bomber hits anything, it's a goner. They go for the catapult, pick up some value before it goes. Get a star ruin now. And I'm just looking beautiful, get Eye of God. Take out their scout, and now with that extra monument I can finally do the play. I lumber hut, because yeah, I have a lumber hut there, I don't need to port. Get the catapult, they don't have any way of punishing this. Get the giant, and I'm also looking to take this city. Again, just using math to really control things. Math is just so good with Kickoo, as you can see. Like, the opponent had a really good spawn, you can see the replay. Like, they have got way better density, they had ruins, they got starfish, all that, but they didn't play the economy game, because people don't understand Kickoo. So, anyway, I'll go ahead and cut to one more match. So, you guys might be wondering, well, what about Aquarian? Aquarian just beats Kickoo on water, but besides the fact that I mentioned, water isn't the only thing that Kickoo does. Aquarian does not always beat Kickoo on the water, especially on small continents. One of Aquarian's big weaknesses is that early game. Yes, Kickoo doesn't have the best early game either, except for their naval early game, which is actually quite great. And you can see here, this time, I'm still missing my villages. Thank you, Midjoan. But no matter, I do still have plenty of close by villages. I go org because it upgrades this, but I actually sequence things pretty terribly, and I actually can't upgrade this turn because I trained a warrior that I didn't really need. So I slowed down my economy a bit, but no matter. There's a ruin here, so if I get sailing, then there's that. I'm workshopping a lot. This is what you generally want to do on continents, even with Kickoo. You want to be very conservative with explorers. I'm skipping this ruin, by the way, because I know there's a village somewhere close by, and I'd rather just pick that up than the ruin. And yeah, sending another warrior to pick up that ruin instead. Now get sailing. And we just have a really good start. You can also see this coastal spawn. Able to get those port connections. Really, really nice. Further helping that economy. Getting a rammer ruin. Explorer down here. I've got sailing, so the explorer is 0 risk. Guaranteed to be good. And it is very good. Reveals to me that they are very behind in economy. Make some scouts. Take out their stuff. I don't really care about workshopping right now because I can just pressure like crazy. I got a bad sword. That's cool, I guess. Explorer. Get some more vision. And yeah, they've got their atolls, but I'm just taking the city that they just made the atoll in. And that's kind of that. I mean, this one was kind of short. It's not always how it goes. Aquarian is, of course, still a very strong tribe in Conti, but they're not as unstoppable as you may think. And Kickoo is also a very, very strong threat on Conti as well. Hopefully after this video, there's like a bazillion people queuing into Kickoo Conti. I think that happened with the Chinchi Lakes when I did a video on that. But yeah, people just sleep on this tribe. It's not just good on Arky and Waterworld, it's good on Conti. And like on Lakes, it's a bit of a different story, but on Conti, it's so good. Like one of the best tribes. Like, other than maybe Aquarian, I don't even know if Aquarian's better on small Conti, honestly. On normal, of course, they're better, but on small Conti, Kickoo absolutely gives them a run for their money. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed. Like and sub, and have a good one.